how does Intellicheck help with stopping the issue of underage drinking?
One of the main reasons that I think underage drinking has become so rampant is the ready availability of fake IDs that even law enforcement can't tell are fake with a visual inspection. And that's allowing kids to get a hold of alcohol.
So how do you combat that fake ID issue?
Well, there's a lot that goes on in an ID to make it so that you should be able to tell it's fake. Unfortunately, most of it is the physical attributes of the card, which the fraudsters know how to do. We've got technology that understands everything that's in the barcode, where it should be, and what should be in those spaces. The fraudsters know how to create a barcode that can be scanned so it would have the name and the birth date right, but they don't know how to put it in the proper format. And authentication, which is what Age ID does, will tell you that an ID is fake with 99.9% certainty.
Oh, wow. So do you guys have a plan then for instituting this technology to be able to scan those barcodes and to look into that, make that kind of commonplace?
Yeah, we've got currently there's over 33 law enforcement agencies around the country and thousands of liquor stores, vaping stores, bars that are using this technology now to combat underage drinking. And we find that 3.4% of the IDs that are scanned using our system are fake, which shows you how prevalent it is.
Oh, wow, that is a lot. So you said 3.4%?
Yes.
So are there other tactics you're trying to do to decrease the rate of underage drinking and youth using other adult products?
Yeah, we're working with politicians. Because it is becoming such a big problem. Vaping, those Juuls. USC just did a study and found out kids are more likely to get addicted to tobacco using a Juul than they are given free cigarettes. The amount of drunk driving that happens, 1/3 of all kids killed in car accidents is because of drunk driving. So a lot of it's education and letting people know that technology has outpaced the law. The fact that these IDs you go online, you can get them, and they brag that they will be able to be scanned and pass the backlight test. That means that we need to do more than we're currently doing with the law, which says all you have to do is visually scan the ID.
Oh, wow. So this is kind of a timely topic with the 4th of July coming up, and a lot of people will be out and celebrating. So are there any specific things you guys are doing around the 4th of July holiday to try and combat this?
We're bringing on more and more law enforcement agencies. We like to work with them to make it easy to get this into their hands so that they can help with spot enforcement. I think that's probably one of the number one ways that we can combat this problem.
What would you say is kind of like the biggest, you've spoken a little bit about this, but what would be the biggest cause of the problem? And so you've talked about the technology, and is that the biggest step you're taking then in combating this problem?
Yeah, I think the biggest step, and then the more we can do to make people aware of it. Only 1% of parents think that their kids binge drink, whereas 16% of kids admit to binge drinking. 11% of all alcohol consumed in the U.S. is by underage drinkers, and 90% of that is consumed in binge drinking. You combine that with, this time of year, people are out, they're driving. It's a recipe for disaster.
Yes, and I agree with that. And so to combat the binge drinking, then, is there anything specifically that you guys are doing for that?
Again, just education and putting the tool in the hands of people that can use it.
Awesome. So is there education that you guys do for parents then to try and help them talk to their kids about the issues of underage drinking?
I actually work a lot with state bar and restaurant associations because we think that one of the things we can do is help educate the people serving so that they know how to properly serve people and properly vet the ID.
Cool. So then in working with these bars, what do you hear from them with responses about the technology that you're doing and the issue of underage drinking?
They call it a game changer. And was talking to the chief of a state alcohol beverage control law enforcement agency, and he said he couldn't do his job without it. It is a game changer because it just you basically snap a quick photo of the ID with your smartphone, and in a second you know whether it's real or not.
Cool. So this technology it's an app then that they can use, so it's easy to access?
Oh yeah, it's an app that works on iPhone or Android or any point of sale system, and all they need to do is scan the ID, and we authenticate it within a second.
Oh wow, so that's really accessible then for businesses to use.
Yes.
That is fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to speak on this issue and what you are doing to help combat the issue of underage drinking?
Just, again, education. People need to be aware of how large this problem is, and it's growing.
So is there a primary source that you guys use to educate then?
Again, we work with the state and local alcohol beverage authorities and the restaurant associations to try and make people aware of the prevalence of this problem of fake IDs and what they can do to stop it.
Fantastic. So, anything else you'd like to say?
No, thanks. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.